It's a big coup on the move today. We are joined by R&B sensation, South African superstar Lloyiso, who is fresh from his trip out to LA. Lloyiso, welcome to the show. How was your trip out there in LA?
Man, it was crazy. It was wild. It was wild. I feel like I didn't think about it. I didn't process everything
Yeah,
until like recently. And even now it just feels like a blur
it feels
because
like a blur.
it was so fast and it was so quick and it was like it was an amazing experience. I was there, I was present.
So, Lloyiso, what was the purpose of your trip out to LA?
It was like an introduction to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting my managers, meeting my record label, having sessions, um, exploring the city of New York, LA. It was just a beautiful overall experience, and it was such a culture shock because everything is so different and everyone is so different, and how people talk and how people do things. It was just crazy, crazy, crazy. But I really enjoyed it.
So, if you think back on your time on Idols, Loyiso, and you fast forward to where you are right now as an artist, is this something that you thought could happen back then?
100%. That was always my goal.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was to be international superstar, global superstar,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what's happening right now. Um, I've always I've always wanted to be here, and therefore I've always worked hard to get here, and I've always tried to learn as much as I can
Mm.
so that I can get closer to my goal. And I think it's much more clear than it was if I had to go back 2 years ago.
Mm.
I'm glad that it's happening.
You know, for some people, your rise to where you are now, it would seem as if it happened at such a rapid pace, almost overnight. But it took a lot of time and a lot of hard work for you to get to where you are. You are such a talented artist. Everything you write, it seems as if it comes from right at the heart. And we absolutely appreciate you, man. Now, tell us about the single Seasons because that song sort of changed the game for you a little bit.
Seasons was a it was me letting go of what I thought about myself. That song, man, even when I perform it now or when I sing it now, it hits me on another way because I'm constantly going through seasons.
Yeah.
And like I have a big sign at my house saying seasons change. And like that saying is like so relevant in everything. Like I mean, I was listening to it yesterday and I realized, oh, the seasons that I'm going through now are much more different than what I was back then. Like I'm in a different season now.
Yeah.
Like I'm much more confident in myself. I appreciate myself in a better way. I look at myself in the mirror now and I'm like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You look amazing. You look great.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
that boy.
yeah. I'm that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
that
that
guy.
guy. And back then I used to look at myself like, what can I change about myself? I feel so insecure and I feel so like, but now I'm more aware of myself and I realize that there's no other time. You're never gonna relive a moment.
Mm.
This moment is here and you have to be present here right now. And because if you don't love yourself, you're never gonna get that satisfaction. You have to
Yeah.
love yourself and love who you are in this moment and just live with that.
And your latest single, "Speak," is that a continuation of Seasons in some way?
Everything that I do is a continuation because it's
Yeah.
like an evolution or a thought process. And Speak was definitely one of those songs that made me realize that, ooh, you're gonna get into spaces, you're gonna meet people that make you feel lesser than you think, and people are gonna make you feel like you're not wanted.
Mm.
And that's not a worth it feeling to be in a space where you don't feel like your presence is wanted. Like I'm able to see that, okay, maybe I'm not doing anything in this person's life. Let me just move on. And it was one of those hardest things to accept. it's been hard to accept that seasons change and feelings fade. You know, like seasons, yeah. So Speak is about really figuring out that you're not wanted here. It's time to move on,
Yeah.
basically.
Beautiful, 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 man. Now, the one thing that a lot of people want to hear about is how did you get the invitation to sing at Brooklyn and Nicola's wedding?
Nicola,
How,
yeah.
yeah. How did that happen, man? And how did you feel when you got that call, man?
Um, man, it was just like a thing of it was I didn't even think about it that much until I got a DM, and then because firstly I heard it from my managers. They were like, okay, Nicola Brooklyn, and then they hit me up on Instagram like, hey, we want you to sing our first dance song, and I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Um, but I don't know that like how I'll only see it when it happens.
When it
I'll only see
happens,
it when it
yeah.
happens. Yeah. And then I'm like, "Ugh, you know what? I'm not gonna get myself ahead. And then I got to the wedding and then I looked around and I saw Serena Williams, Venus Williams is sitting there. And I'm
Wow.
like, I see these people on TV. Then I saw David Beckham. I saw like there were so many people that I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that moment with people like that and just like being able to share that moment specifically like a first dance, it's
Mm.
something that you'll remember forever. And it was just a special moment. The wedding was crazy,
Mm.
crazy. And the people are friendly, and yeah, I really enjoyed my experience.
Was it one of those moments where you felt as if you had
You know
arrived?
what? I don't know. I don't know if I've arrived yet. I feel like every moment for me is like,
Mm.
yes, okay, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I don't know when that moment is gonna be, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I'll ever have that moment where I'm like, okay, this is it. I probably will, but I have moments where I'm like, okay, I see that I'm getting closer to what I'm supposed to achieve.
Yeah.
Um, and what I'm supposed to achieve, I don't really know yet, but I know that it's way bigger than what I might think in my head or I
Mm.
might envision. So yeah, it was really such a moment though to really see how far I've come. I mean, I used to sing at weddings. I used to sing
Wow.
at
A
weddings.
different kind of wedding, isn't it?
It is a different kind of wedding. So yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
Listen, man, I think that invitation speaks to the type of or the kind of musician that you are and how well respected you are by other people, not only from this country but the rest of the world. So you have to be proud of that and bask in it because you did that. You did that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad I was able to break a window of of how people see South African talent.
Yeah.
Because like now they see, oh, this guy's performing at this wedding and he sings like this and he does this kind of stuff, then it means we can also do it.
Also do
It's
it as
it's
well. Yeah.
very it's very nice that I've kind of made it clear that we have so much talent here and how people look at us too.
Is there an album in the works that we can look forward to maybe sometime towards the end of this year?
I'm working towards an EP. I'm working towards
Okay.
an EP. I'm working on a project of music, man. I don't even know how to explain it. It just when it comes out to understand, I don't have much to say about it.
Mm.
But all I know is that it's I poured my heart into that. Every studio session I've been in,
Yeah.
every space that I've been in, I've really come in and kind of killed it and
Yeah.
put everything into it.
You get a lot of comparisons to Adele and Sam Smith from a lot of people. How do those comparisons sit with you? And are these two artists you'd like to collaborate with?
Ah, yeah,
Mm.
comparisons. One thing that I'm always like, I don't know, is people tend to say you're the South African Sam Smith. Are you telling me that the standard of greatness should be put down into such a small fraction
Mm,
that we are a smaller version of the bigger thing. It's literally saying that you are you are the smaller version of that, but that is it.
mm,
That's the big thing, and you're the smaller version of it. And I'm like, nah, I am Lloyiso. I might sound like I might have a little bit of that. I might remind you of that. And
mm.
that's an amazing thing. The emotion, the feeling, the vibe. I might remind you of that. But I'll never be a South African Sam Smith. I'll
Yeah.
be a global Loiso. And
Ooh.
I understand I understand that people, it takes time for people to recognize the vision that you have for yourself.
Yeah.
I know what I want, I know where I'm going, and that is my goal, to be the biggest, one of the biggest artists in the world. But not only the biggest artist in the world, the artist that puts and makes the most impact and is intentional about what they're doing. Um, but yeah, I think I would love to collaborate with them
Yeah.
one day if the world ever brings us together. Um, but most importantly, I'm just excited to create an identity for myself, and that feeling that South Africans, when they look at me, they're like, he's there, like he's a
Yeah.
Loiso next to Adele and
That's
Sam Smith.
our
He's
guy.
not a Southern, yeah, he's not a South African version of that,
Yeah.
which is my goal. Yeah.
Listen, man, you are certainly doing it on a big scale as it is already. You are such an inspiration to so many people. And I'm personally such a big fan of yours. Make sure that when you come around to Cape Town, you come onto my show anytime right here on Heart FM. The doors are always open. Currently, we are embarking on our 16 days for youth here at Heart FM. You are the youth. Tell us about how you as a young person growing up, and maybe give some advice to some younger people growing up, how they can handle the anxiety of growing up, but at the same time balancing that with becoming the people that they want to become.
Mm, mm. Um, one thing I've learned from a young age
Mm,
is learning to be yourself through everything you do.
mm,
Because there's power in your uniqueness as a person.
mm,
Once you really understand that no one else matters but you, and nothing else matters but your happiness and your peace, that's when you'll start doing amazing things and great things in the world, because you'll understand your purpose and you'll understand your strengths.
mm.
Um, and yeah, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure growing up. But the one beautiful thing is that it only comes once,
Yeah.
and you grow through it, and that's what makes you you, and that's what makes you the perfect human being.
Listen, Louisa, we could talk all day, but we have to end it right here. Just know that I absolutely appreciate the time that you've given us this afternoon, and you know that the doors are always open here at Heart FM. You can come around at any time.
Thank you, Lunga. I appreciate it.
There you go. Peace.
All right, man.
Peace.